Hello, BigWoodFarmer here, and today I just want to take a quick look at the new UBOAT 2024 beta update. It's just recently been released, and it's not the full release yet, but they released the beta so you can try out, do some, and they want to do some bug fixing, get some feedback from the users. I definitely want to have a look at it. I'm quite excited about this update. As you can see here on the left in the text, there's a lot of things that they improved. They added random events, they added new visuals, they added new boats, new realism settings, new features in the tab menu, new camouflages, emblems, and an improved first-person perspective mode. Fixes the graphical improvements and so on. I don't want to go through all of them. I'm going to just have a quick look at my impression, and you can definitely just take part of this if you like as well. You have UBOAT purchased at your Steam library. Right-click on it, Properties, click on the Beta tab, select the drop-down menu, go all the way to the bottom, click on Unstable. Steam will immediately start to download the changes. You will see in brackets unstable behind the UBOAT title in your Steam library, and you can just press play. This will bring up the launcher of the game. In the bottom left, you can verify that the correct version is installed. So Preview 3, as by the making of this video, was released yesterday. So there have been quite some bug fixes. Definitely make sure, don't forget, disable all your mods. They will be outdated, they will be incompatible, they may or may not crash your game or cause unknown issues. So definitely disable any mods that you have installed to avoid any instability. Okay, so we're right away jumped in the menu. We can already tell, first thing, the menu has changed. They've changed the color or the font even. So it seems a lot more easy to read now than before. That's the first thing I noticed. I recommend that you change or check your settings. So for me, I'm playing at 4K resolution at 144 Hertz. I limited my frame rate to 80 because I don't want the game to run at more than 80 frames to give my graphics card some headroom, some spare resources in case unexpected effects or other things have to be rendered, so that it's not always running at its limit. And there's no point really playing at a much higher frame rate anyway, because I'm recording videos at 60 FPS. So yeah, having a stable FPS is my goal here. I've set up the graphic settings like so. Actually, contact shadows is something that I could enable, but I definitely always want to disable bloom and motion blur. Those are two options that I don't like, especially motion blur is a setting that I usually disable in all my games because it makes me a little bit queasy when everything gets very unsharp when you're moving left to right, your camera, for instance. So yeah, so these are my settings. I checked all that out. Audio is not very important. Okay, we'll jump right in. We see here we have some new starting scenarios. Okay, so there's some really difficult starting scenarios with a new boat, the Type 7C41. And there are new scenarios all around. And of course, the U4 Type 2A boat. Very small, little tiny boat. I've already looked at it a little bit while I was setting up my graphics. It's tiny. I definitely want to show you. I thought it was quite funny. So we're going to choose the start. Here you can, of course, we've known this, change your realism. I usually play on hardcore, and you can involve how involved you want to be in crew management. Usually I select expert. Okay, so the audio language can be German or English. We'll leave it on German. Save mode. I would recommend everyone to do this on normal, because you never know when you might have to get up, leave the computer, do something else, and then not being able to save your game is it's quite difficult. I mean, if you have if your time is very flexible and you can play this way, I mean, why not? But I usually recommend, being able to save at any point is a good thing. That doesn't mean you have to do it. You can always say, okay, no, I want to play hardcore. I don't want to save before every torpedo shot. I want to live with the consequences of making an error or something. But yeah, I would recommend definitely leaving this on normal. The gameplay perspective has a new feature, the play as skipper feature. So with this mode, as far as I understand it, you're always bound to playing as the skipper, but you can pause the game with space and then do the side view crew management screen. Not crew management, but ship management screen. Look at stuff, but the game is paused at the time, as it says here in the bottom line of this text as well. So this is a new way of playing the game in a very immersive way, possibly playing as the captain. I don't know how it's going to work when the captain actually goes to bed and has to sleep, if you're just watching the character sleep, or if you're just seeing. I don't know how it's going to work. Usually it's just I don't know if they play cutscenes and you see his dreams, but I doubt it. So that's going to be interesting to experiment with and find out. So we will select this for now. The AI difficulty and economic difficulty hard. I don't think I've ever had that much problem with the economy. I think I always ended up doing pretty well economically in the game during my playthroughs. Expanded sailor management, okay. Doesn't really have an impact on realism, but it gives me all options what to assign them to, which I usually don't use, I think. Morale management, okay. Hardcore aiming mode means that you have to calculate all the torpedoes yourself. Classic or decimal coordinate style. I think decimal is a little bit easier to read. Food management definitely automatically, if enough fuel. Yep, that sounds good. So you don't have to do like all the way manually going back to port every time, which is usually a gimme anyway. I mean, you might encounter 1 or 2 ships on the way back. You never know. I mean, for realism, you could do manual import, but this would, of course, extend the playthrough and increase the time investment as well. Collision damage is pretty obvious. Okay, realistic torpedo flaws. So the detection hint is actually something that I had disabled before, and this shows you how the visibility of your ship to the enemy. This is something that I may leave on for my next playthrough, just because I do make mistakes, and I do forget sometimes to do certain actions, and I don't know exactly all the things that the game factors into the detection of detectability of my boat. So especially now with the new features, maybe they've done some changes to it that they haven't communicated. So this is something that for my next playthrough I'm definitely going to look into leaving on. Realistic bilge, of course we want water to accumulate in our boat. Realistic earth curvature. This may actually have a minor performance impact. Okay, but it's weird because there is no earth curvature, right? The earth is flat, I read recently, so not sure what they're propagating here. But it's a game, doesn't have to be realistic. Darker nights. Makes the use of flashlight and searchlights mandatory for in exterior areas. All other ships always behave like the nights would be darker. Okay, so this just makes it more difficult for the player. Affects the realism a little bit. I'm not sure. This is another question. Like, if you'd be playing for yourself, possibly. But since I want to maybe stream this, this is definitely something that I would consider leaving off, just because it might just might be looking at a dark screen, which wouldn't be make for very interesting content. So I might probably leave that off. Damage difficulty hard, yeah, that's obvious. If you take damage, it should be devastating. Disable previews, yeah, we don't want those. We want to calculate and then do it by the seat of our pants. Mission markers only for well-known targets. Not quite sure what that means. It determines if mission targets will be marked or if it's going to be necessary to manually locate them using available information. That sounds fun. Let's try that. That's something a little bit more investigative. Mission selective, no choices, 3 choices. Okay, so I remember that you could always choose between 3 choices usually. Okay, so 2 choices would be better than none. Yeah, to maybe avoid something terrible. Detection feedback. So this is a new feature that determines if you get feedback in the user interface when an enemy is about to detect your boat. That gives a short time window to prevent detection. Interesting. Okay, so this probably affects my realism, but this is definitely something I want to leave on just to test it. Disable health bars of ships. Okay, this is new. Usually you would see the buoyancy and health bars of the ships that you're fighting. This made it easy to know if the ship's going to sink on itself or if you need to maybe use your deck gun to put another few shots in it. You can disable this to make it harder. I love that. I'm going to definitely turn that on. And headquarters. No, I want to pass in the headquarters. Headquarters function on their own without a player's input and performs research and other tasks and historical dates. It's possible to unlock a second slot for custom text to have a limited impact on the development. Okay, so automatic just means they would just do historical research. You can't prioritize anything. Semi-automatic sounds pretty cool. Unlocking that second slot to add some customizability. Yeah, that's also new. Cool. So those are the options. A couple of new things. Generally very nice. So with the settings that I chose, I would be at 89% realism. Yeah. Okay, so we got the captain customization. I'm not going to go too in detail about that. That's something to maybe do during the playthrough. Make that a standard name. I think we're gonna skip the intro video, as if they've changed it, we will watch it in the playthrough. Now during this first look video, I just want to see the game. Hey. Port of Wilhelmshaven, September 1st, 1939, the beginning of the Second World War in Europe. Although at this point it's just the German-Polish War, I think. Not sure if England has actually declared on Germany yet. And with it, get some nice visuals. Okay, so we get some help text here to help me go. Okay, so it's actually saying that you need. Okay, so these are the new tutorials menus. Okay. Alright, so now on this screen you can choose training missions to explore the nuances of the game. If you're playing for the first time, it's recommended that you complete the missions in order from first to last. Let's start with the first introductory mission right now. It's already highlighted on the left. All you need to do is click the button below. Okay. Like skip though. We're gonna do maybe do that in a playthrough, or I'm gonna do that on my own. That's definitely something they're putting a lot of work in though. The tutorials, they're constantly. I saw in the bug fixes that they're constantly doing little updates, little bug fixes for the tutorial, so that's something they really are focusing their development on, so I'm sure they're going to be pretty cool. Okay, so I should get 2 orders to select from by my settings, so that is correct. So I can do like 2 very, very similar patrol missions in different sectors. I'll just put them. Okay, so now I am caught in the first-person view of Klaus Graf. So this is going to be the way that I'm going to be playing the game. I can walk slowly, no regular walking speed. I can see my body as well. I can press shift to sprint a little bit. Then I talk to the quartermaster. Oh, you can actually take command of a different U-boat. Ah, yes. And so here we get a list of the U-boats that... oh, even with statistics as well. So I need, I guess, this special blue resource. A blueprint, I would say, by the looks of it. To unlock these boats. Look at that. That's a tiny, tiny boat. So cute. So cute. 43 meters. Oh my lord. That is tiny. And there's only 3 bow torpedoes. Okay. And no stern torpedo launcher. Oh, you can actually rotate. Can I use the... Oh. Oh, that actually looks like a face almost here. Huh? But this is neat. They didn't have this before. Okay, let's exit. Let's go. Oh, nice. You can actually look at the Type 7 as well. Quite a lot longer, and it has 14 torpedoes, 4 bow, 1 stern, right? Yeah, we remember that 1 stern launcher. It's right in the middle here. I currently can't see because of the reflection. But it's right in the center between the rudder. Nice, this is kind of cool. You actually get to see the statistics and everything, like a nice 3D model of it, and that's a very nice addition that I was missing before. I like that a lot. That is cool. That is very cool. The resupply menu, nothing much has changed here. There's my storeroom, different categories of supply, fuel, and somewhat. Yeah, nothing new there. Oh, some new items, demolition charges. A demolition charges packet can be used to sink a ship. Okay, so you don't need the sapper skill on your engineers anymore. You can actually just use an item to detonate freighters that you have through your investigation event determined are hostile or enemy vessels. Cool. The ship upgrade, similar menu as before. With upgrades that you need to unlock from the headquarters. Yes, here's my visibility screen that I have, which shows me a lot of different statistics. Why and how my ship is detectable. And that's amazing. Okay, that's good. Right, then I have to actually physically walk back to my ship. I don't have a deck gun on this Type 2 boat. It's just an MGC-30 anti-aircraft weapon, which is not going to penetrate ships' hulls very well. Maybe some light freighters, but with AP ammo, maybe. Yeah, but no deck gun on this tiny boat, which is too bad, because I love my deck gun. I really do. Alright, let's press space. Okay, so then we see the game actually paused now. That's why it's a little bit blurry around the edges. I don't know if you can tell in the stream. But now I can do my crew management screen. There we go. Get the camera to drop. Ah, we can tell how tiny this boat is. There's no stern. Crew compartment. Only a very small, I'm guessing, officer's bunk in the stern section. The kitchen is included in the bridge. So is, yeah, there's no special rules, separate rooms for the hydrophone, navigation table, and then no officer bunk, no crew. Actually, yeah, no, this is crew and torpedoes at the same time. So you can actually, I think this is actually the water level in the ballast tank, which is kind of cool. I guess this is what this, yeah, I'm guessing this is what this is supposed to be here, the ballast tank on the outside of the boat. Okay, and then, oh, look at that. Actually, when I stop, the captain, or my character, he's slowly moving, so he's actually doing things while I'm in this mode, so he will follow his agenda, I guess. The map screen looks very much like before. Not sure if they've changed much here. Yes, they have here at the top right. So we got a chronometer. Nice, okay. And we got the rudder, depth meter, and a dive. Oh, we can set a dive schedule now, probably in the options, and the telegraph. But what's new is they added digital numbers underneath, so you can quickly at the map glance at the top right to see your current speed, depth, and rudder settings. Very nice. Nice little improvement. Amazing. Amazing. Okay, and then let's check here. Okay, so the crew management screen is as we remember it. This is also as we remember it. This is as I remember it as well. Squads is similar. Specialization is definitely new. So here, each sailor with this specialization speeds up the diving process. Okay, cool. So you can assign, apparently, like sailors to have this skill. And by this, how many, like a certain percentage, your diving speed will be, better, faster. Here it actually says a number. So silent running means the overall crewmate noise is reduced by 5% for each crew member assigned with the skill. And then the discipline, which will be more important when you select hard crew management. I'm guessing from the realism menu that you should probably invest a little bit into this discipline skill. Cool. Okay, so you can actually level your crew as a whole with this menu. That's a very cool little addition that I like. And this is the dive schedule, so you can tell your boat to actually surface at certain times or dive at certain times. For instance, to surface in the middle of the night, 3 to 5 in the morning to charge your batteries, for instance, or something like that. Not really sure how I'm going to use it in my playthrough, but yeah. Cool, okay. Headquarters. Okay, so they're already doing something. Okay. Mobo on the Ryzen, okay. And I see it on the map. Oh, probably because the captain is on the bridge now. Okay, he was just using his binocs to look at the harbor. Sadly, I can only do 4 times zoom with these binocs, so it's hard to see anything. Okay. But yeah, you can already tell. I can already tell the performance is pretty good. I mean, I'm at 75, 80 FPS right now. Oh, what's this? Torpedo calculator. Oh, wow! Did they implement it? It looks like it works. Can I change this dial? Oh! I can change the dial. I mean, these are the 3 dials I need, right? I need distance. I need a speed. And I need the angle to bow. Wow! So I'm guessing they implemented this now. That's amazing! Here I can change the torpedo speed, okay. very, very tiny writing, but it says Torpedogeschwindigkeit. Oh my god! This is great! So this will be fun to figure out once I do a playthrough, so I don't actually need the mod anymore. That is so cool. Okay, but then actually the captain will have to actually walk to, in the conning tower to use the torpedo calculator, because I think was it in the Type 7? Was it also in the conning tower? I think so, actually. Okay, so the boat is, as we determined, very small. It looks fantastic. It's a very detailed model. I mean, down to each bolt. They've paid so much attention to detail. It's absolutely beautiful. Love it. Officer's bunk is, yeah, at the stern here. Latrine. Engine room. Limekühler is checking the engine. Okay, it's currently not running. Not going to hear much, man. Where's my bilge here? Bilge? How do you check the bilge? You guys eating vegetable soup? What is this? Depth station? Pretty sure. Where usually it should be by the pump somewhere, but I don't know. Oh, actually, when I press tab. Ah, yes, I think so. I can get to the menu without pausing the game as well. So they said there's some new options here. Oh yeah, silent running is definitely new. Echo sounder is new. Requested ultrasonic ping, undetectable by the enemy, but effective up to 100. Okay. Yeah, I don't really know how to check the bilges here now. Ventilation system. Can I tell someone to check the bilge? No. Unsure. Maybe this is still missing from this update or from this boat. Oh, it says here all compartments are dry when on the tooltip of this pump. Okay, well at least have some sort of information on it. If no visual confirmation that there's water actually in the boat. Yeah, cool. So first expression, I gotta say, very positive. Game runs well, runs smooth. I haven't really tried much yet. I'm excited to see the new options in being implemented, or the new options implemented, testing them out, trying a new playthrough. Probably not with the Type 7, with the Type 2, more likely with the Type 7, but I'm excited for this. I'm gonna wait for a couple weeks and see how the updates are coming along, and I hope to see you then.